Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Donga, and you're listening to Boom Radio. Boom Radio. Keep listening. Don't touch it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Boomba right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Dolupo, and I bid you a warm welcome to the bar today. It is Wednesday in the city of Lagos State. It is in 3 o'clock hour, and we're going to be talking about quite a number of things today at the bar. If you're just joining us for the very first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if not, still welcome. And like I said, we're going to be talking about quite a number of things today. NAFDAC is in the news again, and Abia State looks like that matter is not going anywhere anytime soon. Tinubu is back. He's back. The Nigerian daddy is back. Whatever it is you want to call him. He's back. Also, the police and Omoyele Sowore looks like the matter is not going anywhere anytime soon. This back and forth. One could probably even say it's a little bit of love in the mix. They just don't want to accept it. Also, ECOWAS has a bit of updates on states, or would I say countries, that decided to leave. So there are quite a number of things we're going to be talking about. Also, there's sports. There's a lot of buzz around the upcoming AFCON that's in December. Yeah, you've been wondering. That December. Yes, it is in December. But there seems to be quite a lot of buzz happening around that at the moment. Also, today is the last day of the Champions League league stage. I don't know, whatever it is they call it. But it's match day 8, and we're going to be looking through all those fixtures as well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we get on with the show today. My name is Dolupo, the one and only. And with me in the studio is Sola Rogers.
Good morning, good evening. Welcome to the Boomba, and good afternoon too.
Okay, so like we're diving straight into today's show. We're going to be talking about quite a number of things. Like I had said earlier, it's interesting that we keep talking about the same things over and over again. But before we get to that point, President Tinubu is back in Nigeria from his Tanzania trip. He had quite an eventful trip. We saw him being, I think we saw a lot of the Africa Development Bank president, Akinwumi Adesina, in that mix. We saw him a lot. We saw him introducing his wife to President Tinubu. We also saw the meeting between the president and the former vice president. Osinbajo was also in Tanzania as well. There's quite a number of interesting pictures and videos came off that trip.
Yeah, a lot of people, of course, we joke about how he travels a lot and everything, but it's a Nigerian presidential thing. All of them tend to travel a lot. And they'll tell you it's about, attracting FDIs amongst other things. That's supposed to rub off. It's interesting because you more or less chosen one person. And for those of you that didn't choose him still, it's still that one person that is the president of Nigeria and is expected to use his knowledge, his network, and every other thing to attract, progress for the country. So this trip, according to Tinubu and his people, is majorly about this. It's about business. Now, this particular Tanzanian move, is powered by Akinwumi group, the Africa Development Bank. And they're talking about a $300 billion purse or something that we're supposed to benefit from. So in essence, in fact, Nigeria is, I think, going to be one of the first to activate some of these funds and everything. We're hoping that in the next couple of months, we'll get to see the immediate impact on Nigeria's power generation and distribution. There are talks now of decentralizing the grid. We know we've been crying for this. And there's a Chinese company that's supposed to already be working on something for Nigeria. They are going to be building mini grids and other, off-grid power generating systems that definitely would save us from our collapsing national grid. You get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you people.
And there's is it Joseph Tegbe also who is in charge of that particular aspect of power? I don't know if it's the same Tegbe that was trying to be governor in
think
Oyo.
it's the one. I think it's
So
the one.
more or less, Oyo State is holding
He's
Nigeria's
holding
power
Nigeria's power to
in
ransom.
his hands.
Interesting story coming from there. So just wanted to put that out there. Also, the vice president is also moving around, as he had gone to Borno State. Now, this is very interesting coming from Borno State, as the vice president yesterday launched Nigeria's largest ultra-modern fashion manufacturing hub. It's said to be one of the largest in Nigeria. And it is in Maiduguri, with a target of generating about 48,000 jobs through that facility alone.
48,000 jobs is massive.
Yeah.
If we can find 48,000 people who are interested in working in fashion in that part of Nigeria, it is a big, big deal.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty of it is that they're talking about an MSME fund where you can activate loans as high as 1 million naira for as low as 9%. And that's about, breaking it down, if everybody that applies gets 1 million naira, talking about 75,000 MSMEs.
45,000.
That would be 45 billion now. There's a possibility of expanding to 75 billion. You get. So one of the reports I saw said they could reach up to 75,000 people. The people you are talking about is the employees, jobs that can be created. I'm talking about the MSMEs that can activate 1 million naira, as much as 1 million, at 9%, single digit loan.
It's
at 9%. So it's different from the 45 that you're talking about.
It's
but
I
all
get
tied.
your point. Yeah, it's all tied. You know what this has brought is that two things for me. First things first, I hope that it's done properly. There are people that actually monitor these things and monitor it well, and it achieves what is meant to achieve too. And I think that this is very laudable. And why I would say so is that Maiduguri or Borno State needs a lot of. In the past couple of years, when you hear Borno or Maiduguri, it's not good news you hear from that side. It's not a lot of good news. It seems to have been known for a lot of terrorism and banditry and killings and all that. And so I think that this is such a very beautiful thing. Hopefully they would actually get it done and get it done properly. But if it is done properly, I think it's such a beautiful thing. Other governors need to be looking into these things as well, because we talk about job creation, and the first thing everybody goes on to talk about is the federal government. But what are these states doing? What are the governors doing for their own people? These are the kind of things those are the kind of conversations. These are the kind of things that would that can be built, that would give you 48,000 people off the market force in Borno State. That's a lot. That means that at least 48,000 families are not dependent on handouts.
I'm sure Dolupo meant to say workforce, like not market force.
Sorry, workforce.
Yeah, I know what you meant to say. I just wanted to help our listeners and viewers also, so that we're on the same page. It's massive. It's the kind of, and imagine if you can replicate. It's not necessarily the same fashion hub now, but if you can replicate hubs like that across Nigeria, on the average, 45,000 times 36. Do you know what that means? And again, the ripple effect of that, some of these people will pay. Okay, they don't even fall into the tax bracket, but at least they would stop begging. They will stop being hungry. They will earn their own income.
Do you get my point? Like, you don't have to, at least that way there's less stress on even the government.
So that happens if, we're able to replicate this thing across Nigeria. Again, one of the beautiful things about it is they're talking about a fashion hub. Nigeria's biggest problem remains capital flight. The fact that a lot of things are imported. I'm on a mission to stop wearing jeans or to reduce the number of times I wear it or them. You get? So picture a fashion hub that can cater to my needs. If I'm importing, or it's not even importing, if I'm buying online from Borno, I'm buying trousers and shorts and stuff, or materials from Borno, the money stays in Nigeria. You get? The money stays in Nigeria. Most of the jeans that we have are imported, if not all. You get? So you look at the ripple effect of that. There's less demand for forex.
Yeah.
Be it the yen or the dollar or the euro or the pounds, because we always talk dollar, but there's always a whole lot of forex that everybody's in need of.
Yeah.
So this is commendable. Hopefully in 6 months' time, it starts to yield, and it's replicated immediately across the country.
Okay, so still talking about workforce and looking for things. Now, interestingly, the Minister of Education, during an interview, had said something and was explaining how vocational skills, people with vocational skills, seem to be non-existent in Nigeria anymore.
That's a fact.
And now he's saying that what they're trying to set up, or they're trying to revitalize technical and vocational schools in Nigeria, and they're looking at how they're even going to pay people to go to those schools. And I remember there was this conversation, I can't remember who it was, that when they were converting a lot of these vocational schools into universities and all that, I'm like, and I remember I think it was at the bar, that these schools are still needed, whether we like them or not. Now they're trying to woo people to come to these schools now.
Look, it's many things. The first thing is to realize that a lot of those schools were not, doing as well as they should be doing, in the sense that, they've not been properly, maintained.
Set up.
Yeah.
Or maintained. Okay.
I like set up too. I like that too. In some instances, it's set up. Again, Nigerians have suffered some kind of mental issues, not in a negative way per se, but in the sense that some kind of reorientation has to happen. Nigerians have gone through some kind of orientation that made us shift from being a country that had multi-talented people in multiple industries and stratas of life to people who just wanted to work in a bank or the oil industry. Every other thing was on the side. You find people who studied different disciplines who are actually forcing their ways into the bank, because then bank jobs were seen as white collar and high-paying jobs, yeah. And the oil industry too. And that really messed things up for us. Now, on the flip side, it got worse when some people institutionalized fraud. So where is the workforce? Where is the workforce where the bulk of the people don't want to work? Where is the workforce where so many people who are supposed to go to university to learn are paying their way through it one way or the other without acquiring any skill or talent or knowledge? These are the issues. It's multifaceted. If you've ever done any construction in this country in the last 10, 15 years, the bulk of the artisans are non-Nigerians.
They're not.
They're from Togo.
And even the ones that are
they're
Nigerians
from Benin.
Are not as great as the ones that you bring.
They're not as skilled.
They're not as skilled. They're not. It's a very sad thing though. But like I said, all these things they're doing, the bottom line is if they are done properly.
Yeah, so let's not lose sight of something very important, that skills acquisition for some form of informal sector is regarded as education now.
Yeah.
And it's under the Ministry of Education, which is a big deal for me. And also seeing that the minister also mentioned, Dolupo, that in the UK, for instance, that plumbers earn more than some doctors. And he's not lying. some of those skills that we look down on here.
See, even in Nigeria, let's break it down. See, let's break it down. Let's be honest. Someone that works with labor, or maybe like a bricklayer, yeah, on a site, earns maybe on the average 5,000 naira a day, sometimes even more. I don't know the latest that they pay them now. Last I checked was about 5,000, which could be more, with inflation and all that. So 5,000 naira, and these people most of the time don't have Saturdays or Sundays. 30 days in a month, 150,000. Half of the times, these people don't go home like that. Some sites even provide food for some of them, yeah? So how much food do they... I remember I was talking to a friend of mine who's an engineer, and she was talking, and... okay, so there was like a thrift collector kind of that came. So apparently the person comes every day. In the evening, it's sort of like savings that these people do. So they get paid 5,000.
Yeah.
And
they
what
save.
we call alajo, and the person collects between 3,500 and 4,000 from them every day. Do you know what 3,000 to 4,000 savings every day in a month is?
Yeah. In a month, if he does it for 20 days, of the 30 days or 25 days that he has worked for, he has 70K saved.
And that's saved though, exactly, saved. And then how many people that work white collar jobs can boast of 75,000 naira savings?
Save, oh. It's not like they don't earn more than that.
No.
But can they save 75,000?
Some of them don't even, and that's the honest truth.
And this is for 20 days. If the guy goes ahead to save, 20 days is actually okay. If he says just Monday to Friday times 4.
Exactly.
So on the average,
so at times, we need to look, and the truth is that the more skilled you are in those things, the better you will get paid, and that's the honest truth. Like you said, people will go outside Nigeria in search of some certain people just because of the quality of their work. And that's the honest truth. We need to be able to open our minds and open our thoughts. And everybody talks about bricklaying. In Nigeria today, most of the fashion houses that we call fashion houses, if you really go there, the people that make the clothes, the original people that make the clothes, the tailors that actually buy the sewing machines and do the cutting, they're not Nigerians.
Yeah. So in paying people to even go and acquire these skills, I think it's a welcome development by the government. It was a place where we were before, where Nigeria had many skilled people. They used to do this City and Guilds test, and City and Guilds was based in the UK. But that's what you would do to even become, a skilled person in Nigeria back in the day. I'm hoping that these are the standards that they are trying to set. And my fear about that, brain drain, trust me. I'm afraid that even when they do it, and these people realize that they can earn more outside Nigeria.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to talk about here is that for as long as Nigeria's exchange rate remains what it is, we have a mountain to climb.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see where all that goes through. Now, moving on from that, let's go a little bit of deep dive and go all the way to security agencies. Now, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has now shut down the cemetery market in Abia again. And at this point, I don't understand anymore. Like, I actually do not understand. I'm guessing it's not the same market that is shut down like a month or two ago, yeah?
Cemetery Road. There's just one.
Okay.
You see, the thing about this thing is that I think that NAFDAC is doing okay, but they are not doing well. Should I explain?
Go ahead, please go ahead.
They're doing okay. They're consistent in shutting these people down. But there are no consequences. There are no consequences.
There has to be a reason.
This is where the National Assembly has to step up its game. Help NAFDAC achieve its aim. How? We need stiff laws. So look, look, the market was shut a few weeks ago. Not the entire market, but a section of the market. And another section continued in the same illicit trade. They are, the exchange rate has something to do with this again. The cost of all of these items have gone up because they are all supposed to be imported.
But you not drink it.
So wait. That question is for the people who buy. But this is the reality that I'm trying to break down. The drinks, especially the cognacs and the spirits, the whiskeys and all, now cost way more.
Yeah.
So it's an outlet for these criminals to fake it and still sell it as high.
That's the worst part because it's not even
as the imported one.
Because we see cheap, but not cheap now. We see a fake of these things and they're not cheap.
So they have the capacity to manufacture or import the containers, even the boxes. Some of those drinks that are packed in those exclusive boxes, they are there and they are making them. I don't want to mention the brands, but the brands are there in the video that NAFDAC put out. You can see it there. Over 250 of these terrible sites with dirty water, dirty environment, dirty utensils, dirty everything, and they're selling expensive drinks. It got so bad that the NAFDAC team, shout out to them, could not pack everything away. So they were telling themselves in one of the videos, you know what, let's just take 2 samples of each item because they have to destroy what is left.
I also wanted to say something, and this is not the first time that, especially Abia State here, on this, especially this market, I've not heard a single state. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm not caught up with it, but I've not heard a single statement from the state government on this matter. Okay,
on behalf of the state government, the NAFDAC chairperson already spoke and said that the governor supported the raid. They were involved in the whole process of, shutting down this market and all of that. So we must mention that. And I'm glad that you said that you've not seen it, but I have. Where it was NAFDAC themselves that actually gave them kudos.
That's cool.
For helping them.
That's good. That's definitely good to know. Now, Chief Onikoko says, he said, good morning, guys. Good afternoon, sir.
Good morning.
He says, let's thank God for the gift of life. The
Amen.
Fake drinks is starting to get attention here in America. Many African stores shipping in all these drinks have the spotlight on them.
You see? And what this would do is that it will mess up the authentic ones.
Yeah, it will.
There's a story of this fantastic Nigerian guy that started bottling Ogogoro, and it's really made it into a top brand. That kind of guy that you want to rubbish his brand because they start to put.
And those things are bottled now. You go to hangout spots and you see even palm wines. Are now bottled, but now you're not even scared to even buy anything now.
So
just drink water.
In doing this evil, in perpetrating this evil, you are going to mess up the people who have found a legitimate way of making money. And remember that this thing is by choices. Nobody is going to force anybody to drink anything or buy anything. But we keep talking about wanting to earn Forex so that, things could get better in Nigeria.
If people don't
Africa.
Trust what is
but
coming
if they don't
into
trust your
their
brand,
country,
they're just going to show. And I respect the Americans for this. Once they shine the spotlight on you, or more, game over. Game over. Did you hear that about 5,144 Nigerians are going to be deported?
I didn't know they have to. I thought there were 3,600 and something.
The update I saw about an
hour it has not been updated.
5,144 Nigerians. That's the update I saw from a very, very reliable source.
So one I saw was about 3,000, which was a few hours ago, or it was even yesterday. There was also, I think, a headline where the federal government had said that they're going to welcome them. And I'm like, okay, when do we actually start having the conversation that I don't want to sound mean, but when do we start having the conversation about illegal migration? Like, people might not like Trump for it, and a lot of things you have to say, blah, 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 and back and forth. But you entered someone else's country illegally.
Yeah, America seems to be going through it now, and you can't blame them for wanting to rearrange their country and make it as safe as they want it to be. Because again, when you look at all the stories about the violence and everything that's happening, and some of them, not all, being perpetrated by this illegal immigrants.
That's even the one that busts my head the most. You are not even supposed to be somewhere legally, and now you are now committing crimes. And you see, this whole thing made me do a little bit of deep dive, at least in Nigeria. And I see, and I saw that Nigeria's migration rules are very steep. You know, like places like Brazil, that when you give birth, a child gets citizenship, the mother gets PR. You go to Dublin, even the US, the child gets citizenship. You know that except you are naturalized, and I think you have to spend 10 years in Nigeria straight without leaving. Even if you born all your family members in Nigeria, you ain't getting no citizenship.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Our laws
one of your parents have to be a Nigerian.
Our laws are that steep, and
because
they are very old. And
So
it started from that tit for tat thing in the 80s.
Yeah, I'm like,
and
so
all of
Nigerians, your mouth is not even, you are even this like.
So again, even just to support what she said, look at the statistics that the Minister of the Interior put out. Almost 1,000 people were deported from Nigeria. Almost 1,000.
In what year?
In Nigeria. So it's not as if America is the first country that is trying to...
Did you get my point? Like,
do their thing. You know, just do it right. Again, we understand, it's a American dream, it's the land of opportunities and everything.
But just do it right.
But how many people can one country even take in, legally or illegally? That's the essence of having borders and border control and border patrols and visas.
Yeah, because
that's the whole essence.
I was having this conversation with someone like a day or two ago, and I'm like, let's be real. Let's stop with this sentiments. At the end of the day, how many people would you want to? You see how everybody is always going on. Okay, take for example, and I'm not mentioning names or anything, but you see how there's a lot of complaints about how, like in North, that there's a lot of things that are being perpetrated by people that are not Nigerians.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So there's actually a lot of things that one needs to look into when you say that these countries don't want illegal immigrants. You can't blame them.
You really can't blame them. You really can't.
You really can't.
You know, again, so it's on us as Africans, Nigeria in particular, to fix our country.
Fix your country. That's it.
A land flowing with milk and honey, but of course, you're finding how to process those things, and that's why we're like this. You know, there's a lot of talk. Again, since we're still talking this American matter, before we go back to our schedule. Of course, it's the bar anyway. There's a lot of talk about aid that is going to be stopped for HIV care in Africa and third world countries from America.
Yeah.
And, you know, now a lot of people are talking about how people are now talking about how NGOs have been stealing money. The monies are not getting to the HIV people and a whole lot of stuff. And I was reading something by a doctor online who was talking about how very good the HIV drugs have become, that people's loads are dropping, and you know it's not becoming AIDS anymore.
Yeah, and then it's so good that people cannot even it can be as low as they cannot even transfer it.
Yeah, so this is a clarion call to the Minister of Health in Nigeria, the President of Nigeria, all the governors.
You need to step up our health.
Please, aid or not. We must be able to take care of our brothers and sisters.
People. Yes, we shouldn't be dependent on aid from other countries. So now, Chifoni Koko says, thank you for bringing up borders. Our forefathers had many checkpoints and borders called Ibode.
Yeah.
As far back as 13th century. Yes. So it's not a new thing.
Yes.
It's not a new thing at all. I agree with you, sir.
We should drop the sentiments for 1 minute.
Do you get
you really don't need to like Donald Trump.
I think my own was even that. I honestly did not know so much about Nigeria's immigration laws up until like a week or two ago.
I told
and
you,
I'm like,
I told you
Nigeria
my
is not
experience.
smiling. Nigeria
You're
is
talking
not
about immigration.
smiling.
Nigerian visa. Do you know how hard it is? I told you about those ladies that I met when I traveled.
They're expensive to get, and Nigerian visas are really, really difficult to get.
My cousin who's into business, construction, oil and gas and everything, would have to go through a lot to help people come from Italy to Nigeria, businessmen.
Yeah. You know what? Just last week we were talking about how
I remember that time he would write letters.
There are only 13 African countries that are allowed to enter Nigeria visa free.
Visa free.
Only 13.
Nigeria needs to chill, and it's the same Nigerians that are all over the world. They are everywhere.
I think that the Nigerian government itself, they need to chill.
Need to
they
chill.
really need to chill.
And you need to fix your country. Be honest with yourselves.
Yeah.
Speak the truth to yourselves. There's nothing like truth to power. Truth to ourselves here.
Yeah.
What are you contributing? And it starts from the top to the bottom. What are they doing? And they must get real. Doing? Because if Africa was what Africa should be, nobody's leaving this place. You know the funny thing? There might not be many people, but I've seen a trend. Non-Nigerians who are African Americans who are coming back to Africa.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of people. There are quite a number of people.
Little by little, they are just coming back like that. I've actually been observing that trend. So let's leave the sentiments for 1 minute.
Sort ourselves out. We need to sort ourselves out. Now let's move on from that quickly and say that the NNPC has said it's uncovered a total of I think 58 illegal 77 illegal refineries and pipelines in 1 week.
Yeah, in one state.
In one state. So they found 58 illegal refineries and 19 illegal pipeline connections. And I was going to say this. Are we saying that this is just a random thought? Are we saying that people continually, after they block some people
It's
open other streams, or
the tap
these ones, they've always been there, they've just not got into these ones yet?
It's everything that you said, Dolupo.
Because if the people that there should have been some arrests that should stop some of these things.
All the arrests, how many prosecutions have you heard of?
That's it. Do you understand? Like, there should...
Consequences,
are we that there are no arrests? Or is it that Nigeria's oil... Because, okay, last I checked, I know that even the OPEC had talked about how Nigeria's output is really high now. Like, it's way higher than it's ever really been in a very long time. So, I know during the Buhari... the administration, they had to take the bull by the horn because our output was horrible. It really dropped. So it was really bad. So that's my question. Like, with all this drama, and there's still a high level, like there's still higher output. Is it that Nigeria's crude oil is that much?
Of course. Of course, it's a whole lot. There's still wells that have not even been touched yet, and all of that. And there are a lot of places. I remember that Nigeria's coast has been expanded now, officially. So there's more more onshore and offshore. You know what was even making me laugh is how, just picture your neighbor invests so much in his own water system, and he runs a pipe from God knows where to his house. Then you just go there, just tap the thing and run the pipe to wherever you want to, and you now become water merchants.
You must be a bastard.
That's what I see. So these guys are not only just creating their illegal refineries now, and whatever they're refining is not good.
It's not even good, yeah.
Most of those things are things that mess up your vehicles, and we don't know if we're going to be victims, because if those things find their way into the filling station one way or the other, how would we know? You get? So that's one thing on the side. The other part is how they now have pipelines that they are also running to. You say, you have refinery, me, I have pipeline. Imagine. So they can sell crude. They can load crude and sell. It's a very, very serious matter. Whoever is in charge needs to wake up.
Okay, so Peter Man, we haven't heard from you in a while.
It's good to have you.
It's good to have you, sir. He says, I don't like how you people are not saying it like it is.
Okay, which one is that?
We know the people behind these fake products. Let's speak the truth, Gary.
Peter Man is back.
He's back. He's back.
Well, you can help us, but we
know that the one that was the arrest or the shutdown that was done by NAFDAC latest was in Abia State.
Abia State, yeah.
That's
it's a very sad matter. It's a very sad matter. Very, very sad. And, you heard doctors talking about an increased case of
kidney issues,
kidney malfunctions and all of that.
At this point, the best thing is, maybe we should just stick to water.
Drink water and mind your business.
Drink water. Because
let us take Cristiano Ronaldo's advice.
Maybe we should. At this
water
point,
is better.
It is crazy.
But it's hard though. It's hard though. Me, I'm just hanging out somewhere now. I will drive all the way to go and drink water.
See, this statement that I think is my grandmother. I say that thing that it's in Yoruba that says that Olowo forora wala, because you use your own money to look for trouble for yourself.
Olowo forora. They used to refer to those bikes those days when you say Olowo forora.
Because at this point,
but there has to be consequences. Look, China still has issues with fake products, but it's reduced.
Yeah, because we
know what they do. There has to be consequences.
Because people are actually just killing people. There has to be
consequences.
Yeah.
Without consequences, all these people need to do is just move from cemetery
One
road
place to another place
to mortuary road.
Oh God.
That's all they have to do.
Anyway, let's move on from that quickly. Also, the DSS has said they arrested a suspected gunrunner in Zamfara State.
Look, shout out to the Nigerian military group, all of them. The DSS, especially, there's a new verve about the DSS. They're moving now, and they're preemptive strikes and everything. Shout out to them. The way they're tightening the noose on, especially that guy, Bello Toji.
Yeah, it's interesting.
In a matter of hours or days, we really need to get some good news about this. The
arrest of this
arrest. Live TV.
Arrest. Let's leave it as arrest.
Like they say, they can fix an appointment for him.
Oh God.
Fixing appointments.
Anyway, we're moving there. We're going all the way to the police. The police. We have news from the police. As the police have now arraigned, what do we call him now? Politician, journalist, human rights activist, Oyele Sowore, has now been arraigned by the Nigerian police force on charges of cybercrime. It was said that there's a 16-count charge of cybercrime against him. It said in count 3, according to him, on his ex-handle, he had called the Inspector General of Police, Egbetokun, the illegal IG of Nigeria Police Force. It said that he had posted a picture of the IG and he had said, mediocrity, incompetence, corruption, a country run by characterless people cannot make progress.
Okay.
And he had said that IGP Kayode Egbetokun will destroy the Nigeria police if we don't act now.
Okay, this is another angle to Sowore's arrest. I know yesterday the news was all over about the video he had made, on the way to the airport or from the airport. I don't know what it was, but I remember I saw that video. And one of the things that I actually didn't like, is the way the police have portrayed themselves in that video. A lot of people will say Sowore is this and that. But to be very honest, the Nigerian police needs to change its modus, and they need to weed out a lot of people from that force for Nigerians to really have a little bit more trust in them. I don't have a problem with the video he made, and I heard that was why he was arrested initially. But I have a problem with some of his utterances.
Yeah.
And on this one, Sowore is a big boy. I'm sure he knows what he's doing, and I'm sure he can take care of himself. Like yesterday when they said he should meet the bail terms, and he felt that those things didn't make sense. He said he wasn't going anywhere, and I respect that. It's a funny situation, and I was really angry that they held him. But when I heard other things about, him using the image of the IG and cursing the IG out or something, then I say, okay, at this point, my brother, you go speak for yourself. I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not going to lie. But I also feel that there are people who have said, I'm not saying because he has said it, they should let him go. There are people who have said worse things to the president. And they are still there making those videos on the daily. There's evidence. It's there on YouTube and on Twitter and on
the
TikTok.
person that they pick.
I'm just saying. So if they're going to pick, let them start picking everybody.
So
Pick everybody. Pick all of them.
I would say, okay, should I say this?
Don't. Don't for your own good.
I think that Mr. Sowore, personally, I think the man is very attention seeking. I think that there are a lot of things that is very unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary. You're just looking for cheap publicity in my own books. You post pictures and you say a lot of things. There are a number of issues with the IG, and remember the one time that he went to the police headquarters and was writing all sorts of things on the road to. I think the man is just very attention seeking. I do not believe personally that there are a lot of things that he does that is for the betterment of Nigeria. A lot of people might think so. I think that it is just attention seeking. Because I don't know why in the world. You are even a popular person. So you are very easy to track. So to me, you are looking for a way to get arrested. Okay, maybe it's time for another show so that funds can come in. That's the way I see it. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know, but I just also feel that freedom of speech is important. But again, please don't abuse your right to say things. Yeah, and if you say things about people, be ready to prove it.
That's it. If you cannot, then there's a problem.
If you have proof that the IG is what you say it is, then please go ahead.
Go ahead. If not, then whatever your I see, you take it. Anyway, interesting news as because of that, activists stormed the Abuja court in protest of his arrest.
That's a good thing. At least he has a group of people who still believe in him and who would fight for him.
This is what I think that was the bottom line of the arrest.
Maybe not.
That's what I think.
But we must not also live in a country where people cannot speak their own truth. But just make sure that your truth
you can't speak
does
your
not
truth erode on another person's. It's
that's where I stand.
Right. So that's not your truth anymore. That's not. Now also the police have now withdrawn their defamation charge against Dele Farotimi. Interesting news. I don't know what
the Dele Farotimi matter just leaves a sore taste in the mouth.
It does.
Again, there's one more case that they've not withdrawn. I think that one is coming up on the 13th of February in Ado-Ekiti. Most likely they'll withdraw it too.
We'll see.
But I've seen that video where Baba was talking and how Obasanjo reached out to him.
And he said no.
Father Kuka reached out to him. He said no. But now the Oni.
I'm waiting for a statement from Dele Farotimi himself.
No, you need to read the things that have been written. Then you understand the mistake that Baba has made.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm waiting for a statement from Dele Farotimi.
You don't need a statement. Go and look at what he's writing. You don't even need a statement.
Anyway, it's interesting.
Have you read of any apologies?
That's what I'm saying.
Any retractions or reductions?
None. And we're just going to let it fly. Anyway, it was my own. Anyway, moving on from that, Nigerians, you people spend money. It's safe to say that. We say there's nobody in Nigeria. Anyway, after a lot of calculations, it was said that just e-payment transactions in Nigeria for 2024 hit a all-time high of 1.07. Wait for it. 1.07 quadrillion.
What's a quadrillion?
Me,
I don't know math.
60. I mean,
what's a quadrillion?
50.
That one should have even passed trillion.
No, trillion is billion is 9 zeros. Trillion is 12 zeros. I think this one is 15 zeros.
In this country?
In one country, yes.
In this country of hunger and strife?
It is our country.
That everybody's hungry?
It is our country. You get it. It is our country.
Not even the cash transaction, no?
No, e-payment transactions. What possesses...
You people have money.
What? Now you get my point.
You are a rich country.
You are a rich country.
You are a rich country.
The president will see this one now, and they will say that you people are not like that.
Come on, council tax at this rate.
You
are a rich country.
You have quite some money. You are quite loaded. Anyway, just wanted to put that out there.
Did you not see the one of yesterday that they said you people spend over 2.something billion in getting married? It's not for the party.
No, just to pay for
the license to marry. Because they're so in the country.
They say there's no money. Maybe they deceive ourselves. Anyway, moving on from that, let's go to a little bit of gist from the PDP. So this morning there was just about that the PDP was going to have his board of trustees meeting. Mm-hmm. However, I saw a video where blows were thrown, kicks.
I thought you were going to use that very popular old English.
What?
Fisticuff.
No. Like you said, old English. I'm not old. In fact, looks like a policewoman got in the middle of one of those.
She was just doing her job.
She was trying to do the line of duty. She got that's why I cannot do this kind of job. Because content is fragile. I will just faint. That woman immediately, one of those things, those flying punches hit her. She just moved back.
I'm all alone. Cannot come and go and kill myself and die.
On top what? How much are you people paying?
How much are you paying?
Come and break a jaw.
Help me.
Help me, help me. Help. A lot of help.
It's not help. It's help.
Anyway, it looks like the PDP is still not getting themselves well. As serious chaos.
Wait for the PDP and their excuses. Oh, it's the APC that is behind it. Oh, I said it this thing here. I've said it over and over and over and over again. They cannot swallow their egos. They cannot sit down and tell themselves some old truth.
It's the Office of National Secretary that's causing fights now. Two people, Ude Okoye and Samuel Anyawu, that were fighting.
The other day, they were fighting for PRO and publicity. Another time is their chairman. This one wants to produce chairman. That one wants to produce chairman. This chairman cannot be chairman. That one can only be. The truth is, they are not about the party. They are about themselves. Party matter is that the party comes first. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But how many of these people do you see as party people? A party that once touted itself as the largest in Africa. The last time that they did their own internal census, did they not tell you there were over 50 million members of the party? Is that not what they claimed that year?
Yeah.
Happy BoT fighting day.
Hey, BoT fighting.
Nigeria needs you. Look, I'm gonna speak my own truth. Nigeria needs a working PDP.
They do. They actually do. But anyway, the honest truth
we need a serious opposition.
This nonsense that you people are doing. You know that Tinubu is coming back as president. Just
if you cannot even have an ordinary BoT meeting. When was the last time you called a Congress? You cannot call Congress.
Anyway,
your neck cannot meet.
Do they even have a neck?
Wait. That building that they were, have you finished it? You see, these are the issues.
So
these are the issues.
Peterman says quadrillion from quadri to jẹun ọ̀tá pẹ̀lú pẹ̀sí tútù. Pẹ̀sí tútù. Oh my God.
Pẹ̀sí is Pẹ̀sí.
Oh gosh.
Hey, that's the skit by Tahoma.
Really?
Yeah, Tahoma has this. You know, she has several characters.
Okay, that's
so the quadri guy who happens to be high anyway. That one can abuse anybody.
Interesting.
You go mad John Leota. He said, "Make you no chop for enemy." I go chop.
Anyway, the NCAA has suspended Max Air for 3 months. Let's say this is following an incident that happened on Tuesday that would landing gear collapsed on a tire burst. However, the crew members and the passengers, nobody sustained major injuries. But they're saying that go home for 3 months. It's not happening.
They didn't say you should go home for 3 months alone. No. Go and fix your planes and put your house in order. Make everything work well. People will now use expensive money to go and enter a plane that will be...
this Olowo for
Go by road now. Problem.
It's
Go
I
by
think
rail.
that I like
It
the
doesn't
new
exist.
verb that is coming from the NCAA.
No, the entire agencies in Nigeria's aviation industry.
Yeah,
They're doing
they-
great.
and that's what we're talking about. There has to be accountability for everything you do.
must be
So now
consequences.
there has to be consequences. So any next person that wants to fly people now knows that your license can be taken away from you anytime, become suspended at any point in time. So just wanted to also put that out there. ECOWAS has now recognized the exit of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso from the group.
Safe journey to
But
them.
they are asking countries to still grant these people visa-free movement. But
What's your business?
at the end of the day, it's still determinant on each country.
No, but wait. I think
ECOWAS
is
is too
you're
much.
you're overdoing it.
You
now.
are doing too much.
You're doing too much.
Let
You're doing
everybody.
too
It's not your
much.
business.
How you person say they follow you do again? You can't tell other people make they see they allow and they move. How now?
Who do you know the president of ECOWAS is?
I don't care.
No, I'm going somewhere.
Whoever the president,
I'm
please,
going somewhere.
please. They say they are not doing it again. Let them go
The
now.
president of ECOWAS is Bola Tinubu.
And
How
so-
many of these countries is he allowing you to his own country? I'm just putting it that thing.
be telling people to allow anything anyhow.
Anyway, okay, so let's do a bit of sports quickly before we go. Wow, we're almost out of time. Novak Djokovic is now pulled out of Davis Cup. Looks like the hamstring injury that he suffered was a week or two ago at Melbourne.
Something that truncated his charge to get a Grand Slam. It was a serious matter now.
It's a serious matter. So maybe we might be seeing the retirement. Anyway, Nigeria still defeated Ireland, even though the Yellow Greens, even though they are out of the Cricket World Cup.
Yeah,
but they
in the
had
final
a
six.
fantastic.
They made it to the final six. That's the Nigerian women under 19 cricket team. This is the first time ever they're debutants. And the funny thing, I don't understand cricket. I know sports to a large extent, but they're supposed to play England. Then there was rain or something, and that's it. And England is in the semi-finals. How now? But okay, at least they beat Ireland.
Yeah,
they're in the final six. It's a big deal for Nigeria.
It was a big deal. That was definitely a big deal.
Nigerian Sports Commission. Let's see what you do when these girls come back.
Yeah, they definitely need a lot of work.
You.
Moving on from that. Okay, quickly before we move on. Shifoni Koko says, I'm really disappointed in President Tinubu. He mismanaged ECOWAS. We're not playing our role as the big brother of the region. They don't trust us.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
On that one, I even think that they're way too lenient on these people. Personally, I just think that ECOWAS is really way too lenient on people. But anyway, Arsenal fans, looks like Lewis Skelly's red card has now been overturned and his suspension lifted. Now, my question with this we know that I think this happened 2 weeks ago. I can't remember which club that the red card was also. No, I think it was United.
No,
I think there was a red card that was overturned as well. And I'm like, so what's the point? Because
I don't get.
What I'm saying so is, okay, so
The Lewis Kelly game was not against Man United.
No. I said that I think another one too. There was a red card that I think was given to United. I can't remember what game it was, but that red card too was also overturned.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. Okay, yes, Arsenal won that game. They won the 3 points, but we've seen how red cards given in these games have turned the tide of the game.
Yeah, but
and made people lose games.
they can't issue points in retrospect. They cannot.
I get it, but shouldn't these maybe referees get some level of reprimand?
Yeah, at times they get kicked off for a while. At times they are relegated to lower leagues or whatever. Yeah, but the consequences are not.
Because I think you can't be messing up with people's games. It's not the first time we've seen. Because if it got overturned, then it means that there was a problem.
The funny thing is, England must take a look at their refereeing situation.
It's only them.
It's only your country. Your VAR is not working well.
Yeah.
Your referees are not working well. Look at the last World Cup. How many of your referees did they invite?
Exactly. Chifonico says, Lukman is out. Boniface is going to Saudi for 60 million. I'm confused. I don't understand why that Boniface is going to.
Let me be honest with you guys.
I don't get how.
I'm not going to lie. If Boniface was my younger brother or my son, at 24, at 24, it could be my son. But if it was my son, I was like, what are you waiting for? Please now, look at the money now. And guess what's happening? You see, a few of these guys, they're not that old. So what they do is just spend a year.
Spend a year and then they come
year
back.
and a
But
half.
do you actually now? Are you sure that your
Your what? Some
you
of
are
them
still
have
going to
started
be
coming.
at that peak? That
The
good
league,
teams-
that league is not
those
that.
leagues-
That league is not that bad. Look at the quality of people in that Saudi league. It's not that bad. The quality of your football will not drop, and the quality of your lifestyle will increase.
Okay, great, Abby.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, gone. I'm sorry, gone.
Okay.
Opportunity once lost can never be regained.
Opportunity comes but once.
Let him use 2 seasons there.
You know.
It's a money.
Okay.
Is it not in the business for money in the first place?
Okay. Finally, before we go, I'm going to call this now. So, Aston Villa Celtic.
Villa.
Barcelona Atalanta. Now, remember that Lukman is not playing that.
Barcelona.
Why?
Barcelona.
Bayer Leverkusen and Sparta Prague.
I want Prague to win.
Oh, wow.
I don't like Bayern Leverkusen
Anymore? Bayern Munich and Slotan Bratislava.
Bayern, of course.
Borussia Dortmund and Shakhtar.
Borussia Dortmund.
Real Madrid and Brest.
Brest is better in this situation.
But
Madrid,
it's going to beat
Madrid
them.
will slap.
There's
Sorry,
nothing more
will
to
beat
say.
Brest.
Dynamo Zagreb and AC Milan.
AC Milan.
Okay, Girona and Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Inter Milan, AS Monaco. That's
Monaco.
tight.
AS Monaco.
Juventus Benfica.
Juventus.
Okay. Lille Feyenoord.
Lille.
Manchester City Club Bruges.
Bruges.
Now this is of course we both know that you are being unfair at this
Bruges.
Anyway, PSV Eindhoven and Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Atletico Madrid, RB Salzburg.
Madrid.
Sporting CP and Bologna. At this point, it's Bologna. Because
CP has lost everything, Joe.
Lost everything.
But Sporting CP still.
yeah, right. Stop Grabs and RB Leipzig.
RB Leipzig.
Stuttgart and PSG. PSG needs this game.
PSG will win.
They need to hold on
They
to their
beat
life.
City now. They will win.
Young Boys and Savannah, both of them just be going.
Young boys don't have respect.
They are at the bottom of the.
They still don't have respect.
Anyway, we'll see where all that is going to. This is match day 8. Is the final game. Liverpool and Barcelona are sure to move on from there. Some people need just draws. I think Inter Milan and Arsenal are almost through. They just need a draw for this. In fact, if some people lose their games, they don't even have to win this game, but just to be on the safe side, yeah. But but people like City need this game. If they lose today's game, or even if they win today's game, it's also still dependent on some other people's games.
I beg Bruges.
Because they will still get bounced. Probably the first time we will not be seeing City in as little as the round of 16 in a very long time.
It's so painful, though.
It is hurtful, but you know.
It pains us.
Well, yeah, right. See your mouth. It's not even, try and
Then what? Now only them be picking.
Wow.
Come and start to begin to be going.
Anyway, on that note, that is all we're able to take today on the bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. West African time to give you another wonderful edition of the Boom Bar. Do have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead.
Peace.